Welcome back to Good Morning Idaho, everybody. Depression is pretty common among Americans these days, and Boise author Chad Roskelley is trying to help those who suffer from depression. He recently wrote a book, The Veil of Depression, or Behind the Veil of Depression, excuse me.
Yep.
And you brought that book with us to kind of talk about it a little bit. Thanks so much for joining us early in the morning.
I appreciate you letting me come in this morning.
Yeah, and this book is something that comes from your own personal experiences, as I understand, correct?
That's correct.
So it's something that's got to be very close to you.
It is. It is. I grew up in a family where both sides of my family suffered from mental and emotional difficulty or disease. I had a grandmother who spent time in a sanitarium, an uncle who committed suicide, and depression and mental and emotional difficulty was part of our family.
And did you ever encounter, and I believe this is something that you address in the book, did you ever encounter people who, when hearing about these mental diseases or whatever they may be, who kind of wanted to discard them as not real or something that's easily overcome?
Well, yeah, I grew up in a home where you just bucked up and dealt with anything. And so, yeah, my father, you know, promoted ideas that you could deal with anything. You just had to be strong within. And there was no people who had mental and emotional disease or difficulty, they were weak.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And of course, there's physical aspects of those mental and emotional diseases as well. You know,
absolutely.
Imbalances and all those things in the brain and in the body that physically contribute as well, correct?
Absolutely, that's true. The connection between the mental and emotional and the physical aspects of the human soul are intertwined. And so when someone suffers from mental and emotional difficulty, they also suffer physically, both chemically, but also, you know, in the way that you feel, the way that you function. It affects every aspect of your being.
So what exactly then is detailed in this book? Like we said, it touches on your personal experience, kind of your journey. So explain just briefly what that journey is.
Well, it does. It talks about my journey and what I found myself in my early 30s, found myself in a situation where I had a family that I loved, but I struggled severely with mental disease. And it was affecting my life, and I had to find a way to overcome depression. And so I sought out therapy, I took medication, I sought out every resource that I could find to try to overcome this disease because I saw how it was affecting not only my life, but my business and my wife and my children. And it was bringing them down, just as it had done for many generations in my family.
And it seems that you've had success in your journey, correct? Or at least some sort of success, at least,
yeah,
correct?
I have. I've had tremendous success. I was just thinking about this last night. Almost 7 years medication free, and every year I get better and better because I've learned the principles of wellness and wholeness that are explained in the book. And I'm able to, when I have difficulty personally, I can apply those principles now and become better quicker. So
okay.
You bet. I've had tremendous success. I'm grateful for my success.
And this sounds like an experience that other people might be able to learn from as they read your book. And you actually have a book signing coming up. Tell us a little bit about that, when people can come and meet you.
Yep. My very first book signing is tomorrow night at Hastings Bookstore on the corner of Cole and Fairview between 7 and 8 o'clock. And I think that this book will help people. It combines all of the resources that I searched for years to find and combines them into one book, summarizes it so that people don't have to spend 7 years overcoming depression. They can apply these principles right now and I think accelerate their transformation to wholeness and well-being.
So hopefully this is something that will be able to help people who check it out and read it, and of course they can maybe even chat with you a little bit and
absolutely.
They head to that book signing. And we congratulate you too. We understand that your book has also been featured on a magazine recently, so some successes for you in the wake of your experience, your journey, and now you put it to the pages and then people can find it. Behind the Veil of Depression. Dr. Chad Roskelley, we appreciate you coming in this morning. Thanks so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you letting me come in.
All right.